Okay. So let's just get started. My controller function. We have all of my key controller functions. Get all cheese types, get cheese type by ID, update cheese by ID, get all cheese types, get cheese by ID, update, create, update, delete. Using the try and catch errors with Mongoose, and using object oriented programming language because is what it was told to me to do. The way I did my routing was a little bit different. Just I guess just from so we can do this correctly. We're going to export my cheese. Oh, I'm sorry. That was dumb. Here's let's start over. Controllers. And I'm going to export my controllers to my routes. All right. I organize the routes, which import all the controller functions, and then routes them properly. Use the proper routing by ID, by ID, by ID, not by ID. I organized them. I also organized the index and routes, centralizing it. That's why the index has pretty much nothing in it in my routes. And I try to make it a little bit more clean and consistent with error handling by putting everything in here. All right, now I'll go over to my schema with my sub schemas and my sub documents. So here's my schema. This is the models. We have model 1, which is my origin, model 2. Well, technically, model 1 is the cheese schema, so all of it is model 1. And these are the embedded sub document schemas inside the schema, which it doesn't really make it more complex. I guess it makes the whole thing more complex, but just adding more to the thing. It's code. It's code is code. All right. So here are my 3 to 5 properties for my schema. 3 to 5, so 2 models, 3 to 5 properties. So we have country, region, village, history, and then because it's the origin country, and then flavor, texture, aroma, pairings. I do a little bit of gardening and a lot of the factors of how things taste, how things are grown, and cheese is a combination of a lot of different agriculture. It really just does depend on where it's grown, and dairy in particular does taste different in Europe versus, believe it or not, Africa, and they in America. So yes, it does make a big difference. So that's kind of what I'm going for, where it's grown and how it's where it's created and how it's tastes. I mean, what they feed the cows, what the cows eat. Like I said, all of it comes together to make that sweet, sweet golden cheese. So those are my properties. We'll get into the relationships in a minute. The 4 data types that I use are strings, numbers, arrays, and subdocuments. Because subschemas, I guess, is a data type. I mean, it is when it goes in my schema. When I analyze my schema in MongoDB, they're validated with the enu method and the required. Let's see if I can believe it's down here. Here we are. Also, it validates them through the related schema. Oh, yeah, it's another embedded schema. So we have relation type, my enu, required true. It has to be similar or complementary. When we get to the front end part of it, which I'm excited to do with this, and so the schema, it validates using basically the fields, or is the fields of the fields, arrays, lengths, field arrays lengths, and enums. Yeah, enums. Enums created, and then the fields and the lengths pretty much. So the string, the max length is 100. It's but yeah. Just making sure I did everything. That's everything from my notes. Oh, I guess the examples would be basically you uh, specifically origin and taste. I already explained that. But if you have a cheese factory and you're running, or if you have a cheese store and somebody has questions, you would essentially just have these kind of FAQ, as I explained to you already in detail about how cheeses taste. So detailed information about where it's from, how it tastes, all within the same documents. These relationships are keeping really dated. Practical example: imagine running a cheese store, an online cheese database. You might want to display a list of cheeses from a specific region, like Normandy or France. Particular taste profile, such as creamy or earthy, as we already showed. So flavor and aroma should be in both. So we have cheese is going to have origin and taste in my cheese, which is going to be the cross relation. And the relation is going to be, well, if they're similar, or they complement each other, or the pairings. So the pairings would be complementary. Country, origin, taste. So no notes, blah, blah. Subdocuments were seamlessly. Additional relationships beyond that. Okay, obviously beyond that, you can have a bunch of other relationships. All right, we already talked about the properties and the subdocuments, how it's validated. And now we're going to move on to my cheese test. So we're going to go ahead and get my cheeses, which it should just have this one. We're going to post a new cheese, not post by ID. Sorry. Just clicking quickly last time. So we're going to post it. It's going to have a spelling error, so we can update it in a minute. Everything posts, so the get got first correct. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get it again so we can get the correct ID. On Gorgonzola, we're looking for. But French is not the name of a country, silly. Okay. Don't accidentally that part again. How many times have I had errors and I've redone code because I thought it was broken, and then it was just like, oh. No, because it wasn't broken. I just didn't get the right ID because I highlighted that. Anyways, it's another reason why my stuff changes so often, because there is a different ways to do code. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and update it, because right now it is not right. It says country is not French. France should be the country. In Ile-de-France. Okay, so we got the ID from the, and we're going to go ahead and put it to France, putting a comment, probably a more professional one. Go ahead and do that. There's the JSON for it. Traditionally made from unpasteurized cow's milk. See, unpasteurized, very different. Aged for 3 weeks. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and check to see if the put went through. I mean, it says right there, but I like to double, triple check. It looks like it says France, which is the correct name of the country. And now we're going to get the ID to delete it to finish our CRUD operations. It was already deleted last time, but we'll try a different ID now. See? Look, it was D, now it's C. Look at that. Chiduki, it's gone. Rimuru says we're done. Okie dokie. And I believe that is it. Thank you very much. Have a good day.